Hello, everyone. My name is Denise Harlow. I'm the CEO of the National Community Action Partnership. And today we are on Facebook Live to talk about the partnership's release of our new National Impact Report, Building Opportunity for All. We are so excited to release this report publicly. It is available up on our website, communityactionpartnership.com/impact report. Today we want to just highlight some of the elements in this report, talk to you about how it's laid out, and how you can use it within your own local agency, your state association, your local community. And if you're not familiar with community action, I hope you take time to read this report so you can learn about the 1,000+ local community action agencies. We have more than 40 state associations. We work with state CSBG offices across the country. We impact the lives of 15 million people every year, coast to coast, and we serve 99% of America's counties. And this report will help frame the diversity of impacts that are going on around the country. Talking about the collective impact of a network of this size and that is this diverse is challenging, but we've tried to do it in a report that is 22 pages long. So I hope that you will walk through this with me, and I hope you download your own copy, and I hope that you use it to help educate folks in your community, policymakers, funders, neighbors, about the value and impact of community action and the role we're playing coast to coast. So first, the report again is available up on our website, communityactionpartnership.com/impact report. We are using the hashtag today, Community Action Impact, if you are tweeting and or Facebooking or Instagramming about all of this. But really what this report is trying to say, that community action, we don't really use a one-size-fits-all model. It is about the breadth of services, the depths of services, the unique set of services that goes to each individual family that comes through a local community action agency's door. We have a blend of pictures and data in this report. This page tells us that there are nearly 40 million people in this country living in poverty. We talk about the number 1 in 6 kids living in poverty over the course of a year. We talk a bit about the reach of the network in terms of 1,000 local agencies, and a bit about the 15 million people that we are touching every year. The report goes on to really be framed. We use stories. Here we have stories, and we have data. We take Lee Shore's advice to heart. No data without stories, and no stories without data. This particular spread is focused on asset building. It really talks about the breadth and depth that community action is engaged, especially as we think about the upcoming tax season that we're in the middle of, or starting up right now. And we know later this week is EITC Day. We know many agencies are doing voluntary income tax assistance for organizations, engaging so many volunteers and communities. Did you know that last year that community action brought in $459 million into local communities through their assistance by helping families leverage their qualified tax credits? That money goes into local communities. It pays off debt, perhaps. It helps fix the car. It goes to the grocery store. It allows families to buy new clothes for kids. It allows you to put new tires on the truck. Those dollars stay in local communities. Our next spread really touches on children and families. We touch on the rate of poverty amongst children in America. In today's world, we have 19% of kids living in poverty. But if we look at the racial and ethnic diversity in our country, we see the disparities based on race. We see that 34% of African American children live in poverty, 34% of Native American children, and 38% of Latino children live in poverty today. The reach of community action, we serve 6.2 million families, including 3.9 million children last year, coast to coast. We do that through a myriad of programs and services that touch the lives of children and families. For instance, 240,000 kids experienced improved health or increased physical development as a result of our programs and services. More than 360,000 kids last year alone became school ready due to community action's work. The next spread we have here talks about community building. Many of you are engaged in volunteer efforts, or if you're at a local agency, you're engaging volunteers. Thank you for your volunteer effort. Last year, did you know that 44 million people volunteered through Community Action? Now, part of the challenge with Community Action is we're called by many different names. Many CAPs have the word Community Action in their names, but others are known by Economic Opportunity Council or People Incorporated. Whatever we can do to help you find your local agency, let us know. You can also find a map at communityactionpartnership.com to find the local agency near you. But those 44 million people, they contributed a value of $1 billion. I'm sorry, those are 44 million hours of volunteer time. I messed that up. I'm so sorry. I misread my graphic. But the time of those 44 million hours was $1 billion, and that's in 1 year. This network has provided services for 55 years across this country, and we couldn't do it without the volunteer engagement. In addition, we're engaged in community building work, economic development work. We're building homes. We're running hospitals or hospital sites in terms of healthcare services. Many of our agencies are federally qualified health centers. We're doing mobile health units. We're doing healthcare services through our Head Start programs. All sorts of different ways we're impacting the health and well-being of families. Last year, more than 500 local agencies were involved in helping to end hunger in America. We know many of you are collecting food donations and working at food banks and at food pantries. That work also happens within community action agencies, coast to coast. Again, back to healthcare for a moment. Last year, more than 487,000 kids, again, this is an annual stat, through our national network, obtained age-appropriate immunizations, medical, and dental care. That's almost 500,000 kids just through our network. We do a myriad of services, so you can see the challenge of trying to tell our story. One of the stories in our report from Akron, Ohio, talks about the Community Action Akron Summit in Akron, Ohio. They focused a lot of their work on infant mortality and opioid addiction. Their outcomes show that they can actually move individuals into treatment faster through their comprehensive hub of information, assessment, and referral out. They help save Medicaid dollars every day. Their infant mortality program was seen to be so impactful that the county worked with them to expand their hub model. Real impact for real families. Housing, we know that families can't afford housing here today. We know that it takes more than 99 hours if you're making minimum wage in 1 week to pay the average rent, or for a modest one-bedroom apartment in America, documented here in our report under the national need. Under impact, more than 339,000 people obtained safe and affordable housing through community action last year. Also, many folks know us for weatherization, helping low-income families improve their structural housing quality so they can save and decrease their energy burden, so they then have resources that they can spend in other ways to help support their families. The story in this section focuses on veterans in San Luis Obispo, California. So many veterans come into community action agencies for services, and this one is particularly focused on supportive services for veterans' families, keeping veterans who are struggling housed. And when they come in through a community action agency, they get a bunch of other services. Oftentimes it's not just about housing. This particular family accessed services to help their child in terms of some delays. They were able to get their child into early Head Start program. They were able to access other services in their community to make their family stable and strong. The next one is about jobs. We do agree that the best thing we can do for families is to get a paycheck coming into that household. And community action agencies every day, 5.8 million folks last year received employment support from their local community action agency. We work very closely with workforce investment boards. We're sometimes also the one-stop in local communities. Each agency is different. Each agency provides a different range of services depending on their local agency's needs. I will also say that this report is meant to look pretty, right? It's gorgeous. I think and I love this picture. It's about hope and opportunity. Community action is all about hope and opportunity. We believe that families can help themselves. Our job is to help a hand up, not a hand out. We believe in helping families find work, keep a job, providing the supports that allow them to work and bring in income into their households. We also believe that work needs to pay, and that if you are working, you should be able to support your family. So a special thank you to the Editorial Advisory Committee. We had CAP agencies all across the country help us with this report. You can't do any of this inside the Beltway, which is where I'm sitting. You have to be able to talk to organizations on the ground about how we carry that message forward. Thank you to Mutual of America, who we work with very closely on retirement plans. We also know that half of America doesn't have funding saved for retirement. That's low and moderate and even upper income Americans. So thank you to Mutual of America for helping to support this effort. And thank you for your work to help us help community action agencies help their employees save for retirement. I'd like to thank the board of directors, which comes from across the country as well. We are a membership association. We are driven by local agencies' needs. And I truly hope this report reflects the breadth and diversity of our national network, that it embraces the collective impact of 1,000 local agencies serving 99% of America's counties. We have CAP agencies serving every congressional district in America. If you have questions about poverty in America, you have questions about what solutions are needed to solve America's problems, whether at a local family level, an agency level, community level, let us know. My email is dharlow@communityactionpartnership.com. We know what works. We deploy evidence-based practices every day. We don't just count our outputs. We count, track, and report our outcomes. We believe that families change every day and bring success to their family going forward. So again, thank you so much for being with us here today. I hope that you use the report. Download it on our website at communityactionpartnership.com/impact report and let us know what you think. We'll see you on social media today at #CommunityActionImpact. Thanks for all you do, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.